everyone. I have rigged up like a temporary place in one of the meeting rooms to do a quick video on how to make one of these ear warmer headbands that you are making on like a stretchy elastic, a big stretchy elastic that allows it to stretch for various head sizes. So I have another big giant elastic here. Okay, and I've got a stitch marker. I use the stitch marker like when I have to stop crocheting, I use that to put through the loop. Okay, so now this technique is a Tunisian crochet technique. And sorry for the extreme close-up, but I didn't have a stand big enough to put my iPad in. So basically what we're going to do is you're just going to start with the slip knot, however you normally make your slip knot. Some people don't start with a slip knot. They will like do the loop and start kind of like crocheting around. I was taught to start with a slip knot, so that's how I start. And for your size yarn, you're going to want to use a crochet hook that is a couple sizes larger. One of the ways I determine the crochet or needle hook size is I twist my yarn. When you make that yarn twist, you can hold it up against your hook or needle and you will see like the size difference, and you can see that this hook is, you know, much wider than the twisted strands of yarn, two strands twisted together there. So you know this hook is much larger than what's normally called for this weight yarn. This is a DK weight yarn, but this is a size, hold on, I'm gonna look. This is a size H or 5.0 Brittany hook. You do not have to have a Tunisian crochet hook, even though this is Tunisian crochet, because we're only going to do 10 stitches across, and that will fit on the barrel of most crochet hooks. This one is from Brittany. I don't know if Brittany is still making knitting needles and crochet hooks or not. Haven't seen them in a while, but of course we don't have a local yarn shop anymore to shop at. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of 10 single crochets around the elastic. Okay. That's going to kind of like lock it on, and that's how you're going to begin this. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now that is the first half of the first foundation row, because again, each row in Tunisian crochet is 2 parts, once across, once back. So now all you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through the first loop. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through that first loop and then the second loop. I guess I should say first stitch and second stitch. So yarn over through the second stitch and then the third stitch, and so on until we get back to the beginning of the row and only having the one loop, the working loop, back on the needle. Oops. Okay, so now there's our foundation row, and now is where we're going to start this pattern. Okay, So I'm going to yarn over the needle, and I'm going to go into this first hole, and I'm going to pull up 6 big loops, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then now I'm going to yarn over, and see these stitches right here? They look kind of like little knit stitches. They've got your little legs. Okay, so we're going to go in between the 2 legs. So I'm going to go in between the hole in between the 2 legs of both of those, grab the yarn and pull it through both. Okay, and you can kind of see it makes the legs come together and form that upside down V. So you're going to yarn over and do that again through the next 2 legs, pull it through, yarn over, and remember, keep this loose, because remember, you want these upside down looking knit stitches to be the same size loops as these for that puff stitch at the beginning. So I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go through these front 2 legs, grab the yarn, pull it through both of them, keep it loose, and then so now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go into this last hole here, and we're also going to yarn over and pull up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then now we're going to kind of, if you're really particular, you might want to count, all of these loops. I just kind of break them up because, I was like going for like speed here as like quick knit gifts, but you're going to yarn over and you're going to go through half of the loops. So say I think I need to do 1 more there. And then you're going to grab the yarn, pull it through the first loop on the needle. You're going to yarn over, pull through the rest of those loops from the puff, yarn over, pull through. Okay, so there's your puff. See that? And you see there's a hole in between, and that's where we're going to work on the next row. So they're going to yarn over, and you're going to go through the loop on your needle, whoops, plus that yarn over, go through the loop on the needle, or hook, sorry, used to knitting, and then the next one, yarn over through the loop on the needle, or hook, and then through that yarn over you did. And so we're going to yarn over, go through the one on the needle and the stitch, yarn over the one on the needle, that yarn over, okay, and you'll see here we got 2 more, yarn over through that loop, and then the next one, yarn over through this loop, and then the next yarn over loop, and then now we're back at this puff stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go through the loop, go through half the puff stitch loops, and then fasten it off at the top, yarn over, go through the loop, then the other half of the puff stitch, yarn over and fasten it off at the top. So there's the hole in between the puff stitches, okay, and there's the start of what we've got. So I'm going to do the next row. I'm going to yarn over, whoops, okay, and now you see why that big loop is forming on the edge there, because it's this loop right here. So yarn over, and we're going to go in the middle of the puff. See right there? And you're going to pull up 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And then we're going to yarn over. Okay, and you can kind of see this looks different than last time, but now you can kind of see like the groupings. You can kind of see like here's a group, and here's a group of what we're working with, and then here's the puff stitch. So you're going to go through 2 strands, okay? The 2 front strands, and then you're going to pull up a loop, okay? Yarn over. Oh, did I go through the wrong 2 strands? Hold on, you will see it. Yarn over this strand and this one, okay. And so you can see like here's that knit stitch at the base. So here's the 2 stitches. They look like they kind of are pulled through the base of that upside down knit stitch. It looks like a little upside down triangle. And see, now you can kind of see it, okay? So you'll be able to tell if you're going through the right spot. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go through this one, and then this one that's kind of hiding in the back. See that? Okay. Like I said, this was the hardest part for me on this, was figuring out which of these to pick up. So you can see like right here's the base of this upside down triangle, this upside down knit stitch, and you can see where its legs look like it's going through this hole. So that means we want to pick up these strands on either side of that hole. So we're going to go grab that one, and then this one, yarn over and pull through, okay? And the whole time we're doing this, we're also having to try to keep all of this. And remember, you can go through, we can pull up the loops and loosen them up because we want them to be the same, you know, kind of height as our puff. Otherwise, you'll wind up with your creating like a bow like this, where those center stitches are not quite tall enough. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do the next little puff braid. So we're going to pull up the 6 loops. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then now we're going to go back. I'm going to yarn over, pull through half of those, yarn over, pull it through that loop I just pulled through to fasten it off at the top. And I'm going to do it at that again. I'm going to yarn over, pull through that loop, pull through all of those, then yarn over and fasten it off at the top. And then see, here's my yarn over. Yarn over and go through the loop and the yarn over, then yarn over, go through the loop and the next stitch, yarn over through the loop and the next stitch, yarn over through the loop and the next stitch, and just repeat that. You can see I think I got some of my hair in there. Okay, whoops. I lost it as I was going to pull it through that last one, and now we're back at the puff stitch. So now we're going to yarn over. I'm going to pull through half of those. Oops, I need to go through maybe one more. Fasten it off at the top. Yarn over. Pull it through the next ones, and then fasten it off at the top. And then you can start to see that pattern forming. You're just going to repeat that until you have the length that you want. And then you're just going to single crochet it right back to the other side, right here. And you're gonna, fasten it off like you normally do and weave in your end. See, so I fastened it off right here and knotted it, and then I've woven the tail like back through all of these stitches here, so it's nice and secure, and it fits my head perfectly. And as I was working it, I just kept kind of pulling it around my head to be sure I had the right length. But let me count these: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So this is 37 rows of the actual work plus the foundation row, which would be 38, and then the ending row where you fasten it off is 39. So, and it went really fast. You can see that was just 2 rows, and it went pretty quickly. So I'm going to fasten this off now temporarily, and I will move on to the next video that I'm going to show you. We're going to show mending, like darning socks.